and some basic commands like listing the subdirectories, next creating the files and viewing the files, creating the directories, removing the directories, copying the files and moving the files. Am I audible to all? Ramesh, Srikanth, Riyas?
Yes, Shiva, you are audible.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Shiva.
Okay.
Thanks.
So today our agenda is this one. We'll see what is regular user, what is root user first. Starting the instance. Every day when you are not practicing, you just click and stop the instance. It will save you the some amount in your $300. Maybe in next 3 or 4 classes we'll write a script to stop the instance automatically if you don't use for 1 hour. We started using git bash. So here the command to connect is ssh-i. We'll see to our PEM file and username @IP address. Okay, now I logged in. See here, whenever you log in, if you see dollar notation, it means you are regular user. Like in Windows, we have administrators and normal users. Will be the normal users and administrators are somebody else in our infrastructure team. When you see hash notation, this is called root user. When you are installing any software in your Windows operating system in your offices, while installing, it will ask you for the username password. If you have the username and password for that of admin access, if you have a privileges of admin, then you can install the software. Similarly, in Linux, we have regular user as well as root user. Okay, so regular user notation is $. How to get the root access is a command sudo su-i will give you the root access. Okay, simply if anybody types sudo su-i, they will not get the root access. The configuration file will be there that you will understand later. Now I got the root access. Okay, the notation is $. Here, and there is a configuration file who should give the root access inside the Linux instance, and this user is the basic first user we created, so it obviously it has the root access. Next we'll see how to give the root access to the normal users. Okay, just till the time you just remember this command sudo su- will give you the root access. Okay, so the next thing is grep command. I'll just exit for now, then I will be back to my regular user access. By default I will be in my home directory ls-ltr. So I already have some files inside my home directory. Okay, for example I will open hosts. So I'm seeing something here. Similarly, password. Okay, grep command is this will search the content for you inside the file and will give you the complete line. Okay, syntax is grep content you want to search and the file name, in which file name you want to search that content. Okay, for example, here in password I am searching for the word root, file name is password. Now I got the lines which has root inside it. Okay, clear? Similarly, in hosts file I want the lines with Google. So now I got the line with Google, but this is not populated because Linux is case sensitive. Google is different and this Google is different. Okay, so if you want to give case insensitive, just give an option grep -i. It means you are going to tell ignore the case and the content and the file name. File name is hosts. Just give exactly here. So you got the things highlighted, ignoring the case. Okay. This is about grep command. We'll use grep command vigorously in our future classes. And the next command, head and tile command. Now I have cat password. I'm typing head space password. Head command and the file name. By default, when you use head and file name, it will give you top 10 lines. Okay. If you want customized lines like head -n top 2 lines, just type head space -n 2 lines and the file name. Head -n 2 lines password. So you will get only 2 lines. You can get any number of lines using this. Okay. Now I am getting only 5 lines. That is head command. Similarly, tile command, same. Last 10 lines. Tail password will give you by default 10 lines from the bottom. Okay. Tail -n bottom 2 lines, the file name. It will give you 2 lines from the bottom. Okay. So tile command is very useful in troubleshooting. For example, in logs, if you type tile -f server.log, it will give you the running log. Okay, this we'll use in our future sessions. Just remember till that time. Running log at the bottom. Okay. And the next thing is very important, downloading the packages. So here in Chrome, if I want something to download, Tomcat 9 download, I can go here, I can click and I can download the software like this. But inside Linux we don't have any browser by default installed, so we should use again commands inside Linux. Always remember this statement: everything and anything in Linux is command. Whatever you do, everything is a command in Linux. Okay, so to download we have two types, curl and wget. Both are for different purpose. First we'll see curl. In Linux, sometimes we have to download the scripts from internet and run them instantly. Okay, at runtime. This content will be text. Now I have something called one script. In future classes we require this script to be run. So for at that time, to get this script inside your Linux, what you should use is curl and the HTTP URL of the script. Now if you enter this, you will get the content. Okay, then you can run this instantly in this window itself. Similarly, I have google.com, google.in. Okay, if you use this type of URL, we'll see what you will get. Okay, it's redirecting. So you are getting some content, but here you are seeing this. If you use curl, what it will give you is the background source of the file. Okay, this is the content you get here in curl. Curl will give you the text in the background. Just now I ran one script, that is this one. It is giving you the background here, because here this one and background both are same, you got the same. But in Google, background is not same. You are seeing this interface, but background code is this one. Okay, so what I can say is curl will give you the source in background. Okay, so we will use it for downloading the text at runtime. We will not use for websites with graphical view. Okay, so next thing is wget. It is giving the source, the same thing. For example, I will use this. We'll see how wget behaves. Wget insert, shift insert. Okay, so by default wget is not installed. I am installing with sudo access. You will understand this later. It is saying it saved. So it downloaded the script with the file name. But curl, what it is doing, it is giving you in runtime on the terminal itself. Wget downloads anything as a file. Okay, so we will use this to download the packages. Okay, so even you use instead of curl, if you use wget here, it downloaded entire the source background of that into index.html. We'll see. Now you have a source downloaded in index.html. Okay, the wget is for downloading the packages. So I need to download the Tomcat server. I will go for wget. If you use curl, this .gz file I want, here I use wget insert. Now your Tomcat server will be downloaded inside your Linux. If you use curl, it will try to get the content in the background. It will try to get the content in the background. Okay, so obviously it's something encrypted and binary code you cannot understand. To just get a clear understanding, to download the text in runtime, you use curl. To download the packages as a file, you use wget. Okay, wget is same as a browser, but it will not have intelligence to redirect to some other sites. Okay, so whatever the URL you give, it will try to download that content as a file. Okay, this is about downloading things. You will get full understanding while we are practicing with our real-time project. Okay, so next thing is file permissions. One of the main advantage of Linux is multi-user based operating system. In Windows, only one user can work at a time, but in Linux, thousands of users can work at a time. It will support that, but in Windows, you cannot. 3-4 users cannot work at the same time, even it has some more users. And Windows cannot hold more users. Maximum it can hold up to uh, uh, some users only. Okay, so when many users are working in Linux operating system at a time, it is very important not to allow, suppose user A created one file and user A is working, user B is also working in the same time. We should not allow user B to open the file created by user A. Okay, so we should restrict. So restrictions as per user can be achieved in two ways. One is defining the ownership, and the next thing is permissions. Okay, for example, if user A created one file, we'll create the file on his username so that user B cannot open the file. Or sometimes user A creates one file and user A wants to give only read access to the user B. So at that time we go for permissions. So if you do these two things, then there will be no confusion in creating the file, opening the file, and editing the file and deleting the files. Okay, so first we'll see what is ownership. ownership is nothing but who owns the file. Okay, ownership comes with type of the user. As I said, we have regular user and root user. Okay, and we have groups. For example, in development team there are 100 members working, and you need to give access of a file to the 100 users. Instead of you go and give the access to the each user, you can create a group called development group, and you can give the access to the group so that the users who are working in development group, by default they will get the access. Okay, for example, here as I said, dev group have 100 users. Instead of giving the access to the each user, we create dev group and add 100 members into the group, so access can be given to the group. It will reflect for all 100 users. Okay, so we have user, for example, developer one is the user, and we have developers group, and we have some others. Who are these others? Who are not a developer and who are not in the group of developers. Okay, so I can say DevOps, I can say DevOps user. Okay, like DevOps 01 is the user. So sometimes DevOps 01 needs to read the file. Okay, should have access at least to read the file. So we'll go for giving read access to him. Okay, so I'll show you these things now practically. So here I have a file. Now I am creating one file, touch devops.txt file. Okay, now if you see, EC2 user is the owner of the file, and this is the group. EC2 user is the group of the file. Now it means devops.txt owner is EC2 user, and the group also EC2 user. Here user and group both are same, because whenever you create the user in Linux, a group is also created on the same username by default. Okay, this you will understand while discussing user management in tomorrow's class. Okay, just for till the time, how you remember is, this is the user and this is the group. What about other user who are not EC2 user or who are not involved in this group? Okay, that comes with permission. This is ownership. Ownership comes in two ways, by defining the user and group of the file. Now to define the things for the other user who are not the user and who are not in the group, we'll see this thing. Okay, this has ten parts actually. This will show you whether it is a file or directory. Okay, if it is hyphen, it is a file. If it is D, it is a directory or folder. Okay, so the next part says this part belongs to user. This part belongs to group, and this part belongs to other user. Okay, now we'll see every part has three things.
Sure, just a doubt.
Yeah, please. Yes, tell me.
What is it? Other user?
Other user is, for example, here, suppose you are the developer, you have a developer group, and whatever the file you create, DevOps people should have the read access. Then they will become the other user for that file. Okay,
Oh, okay, got it.
so here RWX. R means read, W means write, E means execute. So now here you see this is the user part. The user has read and write access, and the group has read and write access, and the other user has only the read access. Okay, now if I log in as other user, not EC2 user, for example, if I log in as DevOps user, I can only read the file. Okay, suppose another user is there, EC2 user 1, even he is not the real user who created, but he is in the developer group. Now he has these permissions, whatever defined here. Okay, he don't have execute access. So for the DevOps user, only read access is there. Okay. Now you can change the permissions. Sometimes in production, we don't give write access, but we can give the execute access for the production support guys. Some scripts. Developer created one script. He is in developers group. IT support guy has to execute that script in daily basis. So now he should have the access to execute the script, and reading is also not a problem. Okay, how to change the permissions? User notation is U, group notation is G, other user notation is O. Okay, so now I want to give the access for the other user to execute. You can run a command change mod O plus execute access and the file name. Okay, now here chmod for the other user I'm giving execute access and the file name. Okay, now if you see here DevOps.text has the execute access for the other user. Okay, you can give write access if you want. O plus write DevOps.text. Okay, similarly you can give anything. Chmod group has the execute access. Chmod user has the execute access. Chmod UGO plus RWX. Everything you can give in a single shot. Now here I will give chmod UGO plus read write execute DevOps.text. Now if you see, it will have the full access for everyone. Okay, similarly you did plus, now you can give minus to remove the access. Now I want to remove the execute access for everyone. chmod UGO remove the execute access and the file name. Now you can see execute access is removed. Now I want to remove the write access for the other user. Now the write access is removed. Okay, you can give UGO with plus or minus. Another notation we have this is one, I think. This is 2. This is 4. Now if you want to give the access in a single shot for everyone, how can you give is chmod. Now for the user I want to give the full access. You can give read write execute. Just add this sum, it is 7. Now for the group I want to give only the read and write access. Now you can give 6. Now for the other user I want to give only the read access. Now you can give 4 and the file name. Okay, chmod 764 DevOps.text. Now you can see user has the full access, group has the read write access, and the other has only the read access. So based on the combination you can add the sum. This digit goes for user, this digit goes for group, this digit goes for other user. So this will become very handy once you use this. Okay, similarly we usually give 755 is the most thing we use in real time. So 755 will give the full access to the user and read and execute access only to the group, and for other also read and execute access only. Okay, so this is about changing the permissions. Now changing the ownership itself. Who can change the permission?
Shiva, if you don't mind, can you just repeat that again, please?
Which one?
764. 7 is like the total count.
Yes.
Then what was 6 and 4?
6. Just add 4 to. What is the
Okay,
combination?
that means the user will have read and write access.
Yes. 4 will have only this thing.
Correct?
Yeah. Right?
Actually, you're not audible. It's getting disconnected in between, I believe.
I don't think so. Others can hear. Just you can add
Okay.
the combination. 1 is execute,
Okay, fine.
1, 2
Okay.
is 3. It will have execute and write access.
Okay.
4, 2.
Okay.
Like that. The combinations you can add here. 6 is the
Okay.
only
So
one
6
way.
means he has read and write access.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Yeah.
Okay, now we'll see the changing the ownership. Changing the permissions. Who can change the permissions? Everybody cannot change. Who can change is the owner of the file or root user can change the permissions. Okay, some spelling mistake, please adjust. Now changing the ownership. Only root user can change the ownership of the file. Okay, owner also don't have access to change the ownership. Okay, changing the ownership is just changing the user and the group. For example, here DevOps owner is EC2 user and DevOps group is EC2 user. Now just let me create one more user. This you will understand in tomorrow class. Now I just created one user dbadmin. By default, dbadmin group also will be there. Now I need to change the permission of change the ownership from EC2 user to the dbadmin. How can I do is ch own change ownership dbadmin devops.text. Now it is saying operation not permitted. You cannot change the ownership. For that I am getting the root access, or I can simply give sudo chown dbadmin and devops.text. Okay. Now if you see, the owner of the file is dbadmin. Okay. If you want to change the group, chgroup dbadmin is the group name and devops.text. Okay, now it will not permit. You should have root access. To get the root access, just for this command, just type sudo space. Now if you see, you have DB admin is the user and owner, DB admin is the group. Okay, now I want to change back again to the EC2 user, ch ownership, DB admin is the current owner. Now I want to change it to the EC2 user. You can use give group also, just this is the user colon, this is the group in a single command. Now if you see, the ownership backs to EC2 user. Okay, this is how you change the ownership. Fine. Any doubts still here?
Nothing so far, Shiva.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, so the next thing, very important topic, is editors in Linux. So we have, till now we saw the cat command to edit. So how it edits? It adds the content in the last line only, but it can't edit in the mid of the file. So for that we have editor called vim editor. It is the advanced version of vi editor. Vim means improved version of vi. Okay, now we can directly learn vim editor, no need to learn vi editor. It has vim editor has all the features of vi editor and some more features. It gives you more colors, just to find the text inside the content easily. Okay, before speaking about vim editor, we have to discuss how it behaves. vim editor has three modes. First thing is escape mode, and it is colon mode, and it is insert mode. Okay, so by default when you open the file using vim editor, you will be in escape mode. If you want to go to colon mode, just press colon in your keyboard. Okay, now from colon mode to escape mode, if you want to go, just press escape mode. Okay, just press escape in top left of your keyboard. Now from escape to insert mode, if you want to go, just press I in your keyboard. Similarly, insert to escape, just press escape. Okay. You cannot go back from colon to insert mode or insert mode to colon mode directly. Okay. Now here I will show you. I want to open some password file. Vim space password will open the file for you. Now here it will say summary. It has 22 lines and total 994 characters. The file name is password. Okay. I'll just come back and explain the things. Now I am opening some file, hello file. It is not exist in my directory. If you see here, hello is not there inside my directory, but still I am giving vim hello.txt. What it will do is it will create the file saying the new file it is, and the file name is hello.txt. Okay. So what it will do, if you have the file, it will open the file. If you don't have the file, it will create and open the file for you. Okay. So now I said when you open the file, by default you will be in escape mode. Vim password, I am in escape mode. To go to colon mode, just press colon. To come back, just press escape. Okay, like this. Now you are in escape mode. If you want to go back to the insert mode, just press I. Now you are in insert mode. If you want to go back to escape mode, just press escape character. Okay. From insert to colon, if you want to go, first you have to go back to escape mode by pressing escape. Next you have to go back to the colon mode. Similarly, from colon mode, if you want to go to insert mode, you cannot go back directly. You have to press escape. After that you have to press insert. Okay. So in each mode we have some options to discuss. In colon mode we have an options like colon q this one, colon right q, colon right q exit, and some more options like just this one, just this one, and set IC, comma no IC, and set NU, comma no NU, and what else we have? Percentages. Okay, we have these options here, and in escape mode we have some options like U, YY, P, DD, YW, DW, capital G, GG. Okay, these are the options we have, and here we have only one options, I. Okay, so we'll discuss this tomorrow. Time don't permits to discuss about everything. We'll discuss about these options, how to edit the file using these options in tomorrow's class. Any doubts? Yes, today practice all these things. We'll share the video soon and come prepared for the tomorrow's class. We'll complete this VIM editor and we'll go for Linux administration part. If no doubts, I'm ending the session. See you in tomorrow's class.